We talk about losing yourself in the team, and I think that's something I've really adapted and, lived, right? It's not easy not playing, but, you do it for the better of the team, knowing that your number's going to be called eventually.
The life of a backup goalie is rarely glamorous, but in the last month, Luca Di Pasquo has been living out a boyhood dream, taking the net for the MSU Spartans under some of the brightest lights the season has to offer.
It's not easy being put in a situation like that. It's a lot of hockey in a short span of time, especially for not playing a ton throughout the year so far. So I'm really proud of how I managed it and how the guys were able to manage that stretch of games.
Di Pasquo made 4 starts in 7 days, with starter Trey Augustine playing for Team USA at World Juniors. And these weren't just any games. He stopped 35 of 36 shots across 2 games at the Great Lakes Invitational at Van Andel Arena and earned tournament MVP honors. He got the win in a huge home conference game against Wisconsin and capped it all off by making a career-high 31 saves in one of the more memorable events in program history, the Frozen Confines outdoor game at Wrigley Field.
You kind of just got to take a deep breath and look around and soak it all in, right? It's something that you don't get to do too often in your hockey career, and the fact that it was pretty packed for an 8 o'clock game in the freezing cold just made it a lot better.
For Di Pasquo, getting the start with that Michigan State script across his chest was a dream come true in any capacity, much less in big games and special events.
And growing up, I remember coming to Munn and seeing games my entire childhood. So when the opportunity came to, come here and play hockey, it was pretty special.
Di Pasquo committed to Michigan State in 2021 when Danton Cole was still the coach. Through a coaching change and the commitment of Augustine, he never wavered.
And most people in your shoes, probably would have looked at it and said, it's a different coach from who I committed to. And also, oh, by the way, one of the most decorated goalies in America is kind of in my same class. Maybe they would have reconsidered or at least looked at other places. Why didn't you do that? Why did you want to stay committed to Michigan State? Through the coaching change and through knowing you'd have to compete with Trey for playing time? Yeah,
I'm a big believer in trusting the process, right? So at the end of the day, I believe I'll get my opportunity here, regardless, who comes in or who's here with me. And I think being close to home too, right? It's an easy drive for my parents. It's a school that now you look at it and it's an unbelievable program that's been turned around, and I'm super glad I stuck with it.
Prior to coming here, you've probably been the starting goalie at pretty much every team you've been on. What were the hardest parts of adjusting to the backup role?
Yeah, it's difficult. At the end of the day, everyone wants to play and they want to be the starter. So learning to, manage the emotions that come with not playing so much, and, taking that mindset of every day, one day at a time in practice and stuff. That helped me a lot.
For 2 years, Di Pasquo has set his ego aside and embraced his role. He's even maintained a sense of gratitude for the opportunity to play at the school he grew up rooting for. So it should come as no surprise when he finally got his chances in that magical 4-game stretch. He was more than ready, and the whole fan base was ready too, eager to rally around and congratulate him on a job well done.
And one of the moments that I think will stick with me was watching you walk off the ice at the end and walking toward the third base dugout, and there's all those fans chanting, "Luca, Luca." What did that moment mean to you, and to see the way that the fans appreciate you and what you were able to do that night and over the last week?
That's a memory I'll have with me for the rest of my life. Hearing those chants and the support from the fans and stuff, and being able to get them a win in that environment and that, late in overtime, it was unbelievable.
And for a kid who grew up being a Michigan State fan, how has getting to be a part of the program compared to what you had maybe dreamed it would be like?
I don't think I could have envisioned it to turn out any better than it has, right? It's been an honor and a blessing to wear these colors, and it's super special. I'm super thankful for the opportunity.